guys, Rick Shaw here on the 3rd of December 2023, and this year is really cooking down. We about had it, guys. Christmas will be along soon. New Year's gonna be something. But just to let you know what's going on here. We had trouble early with this bus driver. He was trying to be like a tyrant. And everybody, there was a lot of people here complained about him to the school. They're going to protect themselves. I even talked to ladies, said, hey, you'll wind up getting sued. But they don't care because it's not them paying. It'll be the taxpayer who pays any lawsuit. So they don't really care. It's hard to get a bus driver, I guess, for the pay that they're offering. And the guy's a tyrant. Well, one of our guys here went up and had a talking to him, and it turned into a pretty good argument. Instead of the bus driver just getting on his bus and driving away, he got out there in front of the kids and held them there. They're afraid to move. Even though I told Maddie, come on, let's go. He said, no, I can't go. They're like afraid of him. Well, the other day, he's starting his tyrannical rule again. We had a pretty good rain. I mean, it was raining pretty hard. You'd get soaked in a 10-minute walk. You'd be soaked to your underwear. It was raining that hard. So he opened up the bus door. Instead of the kids coming out of the building or from under the pavilion, they just run in the bus. No, he makes them stop. And everybody had to line up in their little group and get all wet. And we're all sitting in there watching from the window in the lobby thinking, gosh dang, what is the matter with this guy? He's really something. And I know a few parents called on that. They were pretty ticked. They were really going mad on this guy, but real jerk. The school, I told Maddie, we had some snow. It was another snow. They were talking about 6 inches and maybe an inch an hour after that possible. And the night before, Maddie and I went out for a big walk. And we walked straight south, and we were getting hit with a really steady wind. And I don't mean it was a light wind. It was pretty good. It had to be 10 to 15 miles an hour. And I was thinking to myself, boy, that's going to push that off, and we're not going to get hit. Well, they pushed it off, and the far east side got it. We got just a dusting again, and it was too cold the next day for Maddie to play out in the snow and make snowballs. It was real hard for him to get a snowball because it was still powdery. I couldn't go out. My back was just completely shot. My legs were hurting. And I said, boy, I can't go out. None of his buddies came out, but he played out there till dark, from the time he got home from school till about 6. He had a blast. He was just grinning the whole time, throwing snowballs at me at the window. They were super light. They wouldn't have busted anything, and you can't even throw them far. But he had some testing at school. I said, if you do really good on this, I'll take you to Burger King. He likes Burger King a lot. So we went ahead and the next day, we were able to go to Burger King on the motorcycle. It had cleared up that much. In the morning, I had to walk to the bank and do some shopping at the Dollar Tree, which is way cheaper than our Dollar General. So I picked up some stuff, had to carry it home, just made it home, guys. I was hurting. I was really hurting. But when he got home, there was ice on the ground in the morning, but by noon, the ice was all gone. So we jumped on the bike, got him his double Whopper. And it's amazing, he eats the whole thing. I mean, one of them fills me up. There's no way I could eat another. And he sucked it up. He really likes them. So we had a pretty good motorcycle ride then. And then instead of coming home, it gets dark real early here now, sunset, but we still had lights. And it wasn't too trafficy yet. So we just headed down some of these roads and just drove around. Kind of got lost. Checked out the industrial park down here. Just pulled into streets just to see what was back there. There's a mall with a bunch of weird stores in it. We'll have to check that out. But pretty cool. The other thing I'm having, I finally got my laptop. I was going to get the furniture from the motel That was supposed to happen in September. It didn't. And it got pushed off till October, and then it got pushed off December. Now it's pushed off till January. Who knows? I took the money I had put away with it, just bought the laptop. I bought a Dell Studio, and I got a pretty good deal on it because it was the Black Friday deals that they have. And it was already marked down pretty good. And then I was talking to the fellow out front, and he bought a big Dell desktop, and he said, hey, I'm not going to buy a laptop, but I got a coupon for $50 off a laptop. Take it and try it, put the code in. I tried it, it worked. So I even got more off. So I got a really good deal on it. It's specifically for a studio, but I'm having a hard time getting the camera. I got an Insta360 that I bought in the Philippines, and I got the Blue Yeti mic. This is my buddy Sean in California. He was a sound man. He said, get that mic. And then, of course, the Sony headphones. I've had these before. They don't change these. They haven't changed in, 28 years. They're just a super good headphone. So I have that. It's just to listen to yourself, I guess. Now, this mic, I got it set on directional, so if he's watching the TV over there or he's doing homework on his laptop, it's only going to take just sound from the front. Sean says I won't be able to hear anything. He was teaching me about where to turn the gain up. I'm going to try it. I'm having a lot of trouble getting these hooked up, and Sean's been helping me out a lot. And he said, I got the DaVinci loaded. It's not like the phone where you go to the Play Store and you put an app on there. You have to go online, download it. I got it, and then for a day I couldn't find it after I downloaded it. I'm going through all these buttons, and it's frustrating for me. Finally found it. It's down on the bottom, but I couldn't get the mic and the camera to work. Well, he said you're going to do that through the DaVinci, and you go to where it says mic. It'll pick up the mic, and I click on it, and then it'll pick up the camera. Click on it, and he says you'll be good to go. I haven't done it yet. I tried to get the maintenance guy to drill me the couple holes in the sink area I need for my reverse osmosis. You know, this is a couple weeks now, and I think maybe they told him you can't go in there and do stuff for the guy, you know, because he's a real nice fella, and I'm not going to push him. I asked him the one time, and I'm not going to pester him again. So what I did was I bought a drill. It was pretty cheap. That's it. Hyper tough, and I tried it on some other things. I'm going to probably Monday. I'm going to go ahead and, or today, even if it's raining. If it's not raining, we're going to go for a bike ride. But I'm going to get in there and get my holes drilled and get this reverse osmosis online. I got some water jugs from the distilled I saved. I'll save that for cooking water. I'll still probably buy distilled water. But that'll be up and running here real soon. It's been a long time coming. So, but I even got a staple gun too. I put my curtains up with thumbtacks, and I'm not kidding you. They just bent over and broke. This is not drywall in here. I don't know what it is. It's hard as a rock. You cannot push a thumbtack into it. You got to pre-drill a thumbtack hole to get in. You try to hammer it off, it just bends over. It won't go. Now, those little tiny nails will go in, but I thought, well, I'll get a stapler. So I bought a little cheap stapler. It was only a few bucks. I got this little guy right here. And then I got the staples with it. They had a deal on staples. You know, 1,000 staples go with it, right? And they're the wrong size. So they're T50s, and this takes it something 21, and no bigger than 3/8. And the ones they sent me were 1/2 inch. And I called them up. I'm like, why don't you send me something I can't use for? They said, oh yeah, we caught that. People have called on that already. It's our mistake. We're really sorry. We're just going to give you the money back for those. You don't even got to send them back. So I'll give them to the maintenance guy. I won't use them now, and I'm not going to drag them around. I did decide on not getting the furniture too, because it's super nice furniture and I wouldn't want to lose it. And I've got all this stuff here, so when I move, I'll be able to move very light. and can leave most of this stuff. I don't have to take a lot of this with me, just our personal stuff. But definitely going to have to head down to warmer climates. I can't take this too much more. I get jittery legs. I'm getting all kinds of problems now. Hard to sleep. I was real happy this morning at 6 o'clock. I had scalding water, real hot water, and I stood in that for, well, it was actually about 15 to 6. And I stood in that and loosened up a good bit. Got cleaned up. And, you know, the water problems follow me, I think. You know, I don't get it. I did mention it to the head honcho out here, and I think his name's Brandon. And I said, "Hey, what's up with the boiler again? It's not working." Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. Well, there's something wrong, because even in the kitchen sink in the mornings, if I do get hot water, I'll have to do a video with my thermometer. You got to turn the hot water on and leave it on full blast, and you'll have hot water. If you turn it off for a minute and turn it back on, it's cold again, and you got to wait for it to get all through the lines to fill up. So I don't know if there's a Y in my line, or I don't know what they're doing with it, but I lose the hot water if I shut it off. Same in the shower. If I go in and start to shower, it's been taking a while for the hot water to come. Used to be I turned it on, it was scalding right away, like 8:30 in the morning, 9 o'clock. But early in the mornings, when I get up 4 to 6 o'clock, get up at 4 most of the time, and it takes a good 5 minutes for that warm water to come out. Even this morning at 6. So that's just it. But I do got my studio set up. Like I say, I got the Dell. It's a studio laptop. I got the really nice mic. I'll look like one of them podcaster dudes. But the camera follows you around. You know, it's kind of like the DJI that holds the camera. It'll follow your face if you want. I have to get in there. All that's going to be done once it goes on DaVinci. That's where all its things, setting the rates and all the stuff it does, and how fast it tracks you and all that. I got all the instructions for everything. I actually, instead of playing with the computer, I sat down and read all the instructions. And that was one of the first things it said. You know, get your application you're going to use for your loading of the film and all that. Now, this computer, the one thing they didn't tell me about it I don't like is the only thing it has these two C-type here and a C-type there. This one's where you put the power in to charge the battery, but I have it on a burn-in. It's actually on now. The screen just shut off. I got it on a burn-in. Anytime you buy an electronics item, turn it on for 30 days and don't turn it off. Leave it on. And if there's going to be a problem, it's going to happen in that 30 days. It's not hot. There seems to be no problem with it. Just none at all. So that is good. Matty got out the other night, was riding his bike. We did a lot of our shopping too at the Dollar Tree. Had to carry it home. That sucked, but saved a ton of money. I went up and said, "Look, there's no price on this." And the lady said, "If you don't have a price, it's only $1.35. So I was able to get a lot of stuff for that. We bought some soups, and I even got a couple dried soups. We got noodles, some spaghetti sauces, stuff like that. More beans. I made that big pile of beans. I had the cheap vodka after I soaked them and they swelled all up. I drained them out real good, washed them, put them in the pot, and dumped the whole bottle of vodka in there and cooked them, and it made it sweet. It made it like a sweet sauce. Not particularly my favorite, but it was still good. You know, I had a whole 2 bowls of it. Matty didn't like it, so he won't be eating this batch, but I think if I make it spicy, he'll eat it. So that's about what's going on here on the 3rd of December. I'll see if I can put some pictures in the back on here, and the boy's doing really good here. I'm surprised. We did get something. I don't know if Dorothy's joking with him or not, but he was talking to her on the phone, and after they were talking for a long time. She was on, it looked to me like she was on a bus, but she said she was on a train, and she told Maddie that they were on the way to the airport. And he said, "Oh, what are you going there for?" "Oh, well, we're coming there." And so I don't know if she's just fooling. She's starting to do that crap. Plus her mom is having her keep secrets, which is, this is just how it goes when a split up. I don't have him keeping any secrets from his sister if he wants to talk. And I'm sure Dorothy is just, everything that's said goes right back, or she's watching it. I can watch Maddie too on the phone, but I was busy. I was reading up a bunch about this stuff to try to learn it, so I was just letting him go. We were out, we saw a real cool air hockey thing in the store. It was discounted big time, I guess, for Christmas. Another thing that happened to us was the girl came by and she said that church we went to was giving out presents for kids, and they had a whole bags and bags. The two little girls had bags and bags of toys, and we went to the church. I did not like it. It doesn't seem like it's a real Christian church. And I don't think Maddie was bummed at all. I said, "Maddie, we're not going there. We're not going to go take anything from those people." It was just a rock and roll thing. And the thing that I really don't like about some of these churches, it's so noisy when you walk in there. And I'm not kidding you, it is so loud. It's a rock concert is what it is, and you're right by the speaker. And you can't talk to anybody. So in the middle of the church, they have you turn to your neighbor, cold. "Oh, well, turn to your neighbor and introduce yourself." No, that should all be done when you're walking in the door, where you say your hellos and talk to the people you know and meet some more and all that. Not having to put up with this stupid music, rock and roll, Christian music, I guess they call it. But he did go on about the water damage and that it was costing them this much, and they raised $69,000 already, blah, 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 bull crap. He should be fired. Why doesn't he have insurance? Also, it wasn't his fault. It was the building's fault. It was over a few stores over that the water main broke and flooded his place and ruined all his carpet and everything. Well, he shouldn't have to pay for that, but yet he was gouging the people. "Hey, give us more money. Give us more money." And then when he was preaching, it was all about that. He did mention the Bible for about 25 or 30 seconds. He gave a passage and said there's something about giving, and then he was done. And they started this dang bone-shaking music again. So I don't want nothing to do with those people. I'm funny that way, I guess. But I'm going to let you go. And don't forget to pray for each other. And this is Rick Shaw out.